Hey everyone, this Millennial Investor here with an update on my Barclays savings accounts. And for those of you who don't know, these accounts are the hub of my operations, how I transfer money out, pay credit cards, how I collect money, as well as a number of my emergency funds. I use Barclays because they have a very clean interface, very easy to follow, and they're also very consistent. So all things that I like, very stable. So let's kind of take a look and see what's happening over here. So right away, you're going to notice that the interest rate has jumped up. They used to be at 1%, and just through nudging and nudging, they've moved their way up to 1.2%. So I guess for every $10,000 you have invested in them, congrats, you'll make $20 more. I break things down pretty consistently. So this is my outgoing fund. Right now I have $1,200 in here, and it's just when I pay a credit card, this is where it's collected from, as well as a number of my bills. They leave from here. Now, this is where my collect money actually, and I've also kind of dubbed it rent, but the rent is essentially where I'll pay rent from, as well as kind of transfer money to other areas. So it always starts out as rent money, and then it kind of moves from there. So I might rename it, but everything's pretty much set to go, just gaining a little bit of interest, things like that. Then I got my Treat Yourself account. This is a reference to a show called Parks and Recreation. But every paycheck, I try to put some money in there for myself just to like treat yourself. So it's kind of empty right now. Haven't been treating myself much recently just because I've been too deep into this saving and investing game for me to give myself much of anything. But I have kind of reflected on it, and I'm going to try to deliberately put some more money in this account in the future so I can kind of do stuff and have fun and not just think about the end game here. Okay, then I have my classic emergency fund. Obviously 250 is not much of an emergency fund, but that's also because my emergency fund is now my Treasury Direct accounts, which I have videos on. But this is just a very, very early prelim emergency account if I just need a quick couple $100s or so. But the real one is with Treasury Direct. The majority of the money in that account has been over a year now, so I can collect it with only a 3-month penalty. So that's pretty good. And then I have taxes 2017. Oftentimes I'll take side jobs and things like that, and that will actually mess up how my taxes are calculated. Essentially, I'm not taking enough out in taxes. So if I know I'm going to owe taxes to the government, I kind of do the calculations ahead of time, and I kind of pay them that amount before taxes are due. So I know I'm a little bit off, but here and there I'll move money into this account. Okay, and then after that I have multiple emergency accounts in the forms of CDs. Each of these CDs have a 2.25% APY, and they all started at $2,000. So I kind of put them together in this course of about 2 months, I believe. So you'll notice that if I need money and it goes beyond what my Treasury Direct and what my emergency fund does, I can withdraw money in different categories. So $2,000 increments at a time. So obviously when I was starting this game, I didn't know much about investing. So I kind of just made a bunch of CDs because CDs were quick to make, and they, produced a decent amount of interest, or at least what I thought was a decent amount of interest. Now 2.25%, you can make that in a week in the market. So, not the best, but a very nice, stable platform for myself. So I know that I have money should I ever need it. And then my last one, 1,038, and then I do have this. I won $15 New Year's Eve 2016, and I just threw it in there as its own CD because there's no limit for Barclays. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's my account. It's very consistent. It's easy to operate this system and just kind of regulate where my money is and where it's going. Okay, so if you have any questions about what I do, things like that, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, this is the Millennial Investor signing out. Peace.